Yo. Fresh off my final destination, avoiding the Pikachus and Pokemon trainers, not settling for nothing less than first placement. I met a knight that couldn't fight when compared to greatness. Yeah, I'm the missing link in all chains, with no sword, just a punch like Falco, all flame. They all lame, no they all game.
What's up, everybody? This is the valedictorian of the Kobe system, the one and only Jodecideion. In celebration of the new year and being close to the first year anniversary of the Japanese and American release of the Nintendo 3DS, I wanted to take a look at the Nintendo 3DS 1 year later. So please enjoy as I look back at the first year of Nintendo's newest portable handheld. From all the major events in its early lifespan, including a review of all the games I purchased so far, a close-up look at Nintendo's digital efforts, and finally a glance into the upcoming year. Now let's get started. The Nintendo 3DS, 8th generation gaming portable handheld device, created by Nintendo to follow its most successful gaming hardware ever, the Nintendo DS. Released on March 27, 2011 in North America, the Nintendo 3DS is one of the very first devices to offer 3D visual effects without the need of special glasses or additional accessories. The handheld still offered the dual screen design and touchscreen interface that its predecessor, the Nintendo DS, pioneered. Now, with a much improved online Wi-Fi infrastructure, onboard/mass storage memory, and next level graphics output. With all of these new features, it came with a high price. First, there was the higher than traditional starting price of the system itself. Nintendo decided to launch the console at $249 to cover the price of the 3D screen they decided to use. Nintendo has always sold their hardware at a price for the company to earn a profit. Next, there was the inferior battery capacity, which has always been one of Nintendo's defining positive points when it comes to their handheld products. There's no way to really tell what was the main reason for the lower than expected results after release. Some feel the $249 starting price was too expensive. Others think that the lack of major must-have AAA software kept consumers from purchasing the new device. It could be a mixture of both, with the addition of competition coming from the phones, tablet, and ISO market. To save face and to show software developers and the market that the system still had a full life ahead of it, Nintendo decided to slash the price to something similar to their normal portable system prices. This removed the starting entry barrier of a higher than normal price. Next, after a few months passed, Nintendo and third-party software developers were finally able to release quality and desired video games. Next, as a great customer service tactic, Nintendo created the Ambassador Campaign, a process where they offered early adopters of the Nintendo 3DS 20 free games, as a form of gesture of respect towards loyal consumers who may have felt slighted by the price reduction. After a slow start, only when compared to the standards of its predecessor, the Nintendo DS, with all of its features fully activated and a supply of great content releasing on time, the future for Nintendo and their new handheld, the Nintendo 3DS, is as promising as Nintendo's original hit portable, the Game Boy, and the Nintendo DS. Since the launch of the system in late March, the Nintendo 3DS has now been on the market for 10 months. Depending on your age, profession, or lifestyle, the number of games you bought during those 10 months may vary. Overall, being a married man and a guardian of a child, I was able to find a total of 16 games to purchase from my 3DS. Once again, your own personal taste will have an effect on the type of games you may or may not have bought. While most of these games showed up in the latter half of the system's first 10 months, the 3DS accumulated a diverse library of games, except for maybe first-person shooters, which still hasn't become a major factor on handhelds just yet. I now present to you my own personal game review scale, a alphabetical scale from A to D. All of these games are purchase worthy. I don't buy what I consider to be bad or unenjoyable video games. So every game I mention is something you should consider purchasing, as long as you are willing to enjoy a variety of different game types, have the necessary income to buy them, and the free time to fully invest in the exploration of engaging in them. The following are A category games. A games are complete products close to being perfect release content. Games that are enjoyable, provide great replay value, and uses the best features of the hardware. Super Mario 3D Land, a new 2D/3D platformer starring the video game icon Super Mario. A game that offers ton of content, challenging gameplay, and a great ambassador on how 3D use as a tool can enhance game design. Mario Kart 7, another entry into the genre-creating and defining kart racing franchise. This is a series that only improves with each new version, as it uses the system and the technology available to it flawlessly. Mario Kart 7 offers home console experience when it comes to online multiplayer, using the special features of the 3DS as in Street Pass to keep the game connected to gamers worldwide. Dead or Alive Dimensions, one of the 3DS's first hits when it comes to overall quality. This game was taken from the arcades to the home consoles and transported effortlessly to the 3DS. The main attraction of this game is the ease of use, allowing newcomers to the series a chance to learn the game while playing without holding their hands the entire time. The online multiplayer set the standard on how all handheld online games should be. This game could be considered an A- or a B+. Either way, the overall quality of it should not be disrespected. Super Street Fighter IV 3D Edition was the measuring stick for all future fighters on portable devices to surpass until Dead or Alive Dimensions came out. The only thing holding this game back is that it's support of a home console game, so I can understand gamers not willing to buy it again. Still, if the 3DS is your first time playing or owning this game, you can't go wrong with this version. B-rank games are games that are missing one thing from making them A-level. Either the developer forgot to add a must-have mode, or due to it being a port or remake, the developer did not add enough to make it an overall better game. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D is the defining version of an N64 classic. The improved graphics is a plus, but not enough to make it an A title. Still, the use of the extra screen allows the game to be played smoother, and the presentation makes it a must-own for any Zelda or adventure game fan. Star Fox 64 3D is another game that could have been A status, if only if the game was given an online multiplayer mode. While it does have a regular multi-kart multiplayer, adding online on top of all the other great improvements to this N64 classic would have sent it over the top. Nintendogs and Cats falls again to the same scenario, a new version of a DS game. So even with the improved power of the 3DS, the game doesn't feel to be a vast improved product. Still, the addition of new content and the use of 3DS features. If you're a fan of this game or interested in a sim type experience, I recommend you check it out. The last B-level game, Ridge Racer 3D, is another game that is widely seen as just a port, but the overall quality is way beyond that. The lack of an online mode in a racing genre game in this age is a crime. Hopefully we will see more realistic racers on the 3DS with this game's approach and delivery, just with more of an online presence. C-level games are games that are lacking much needed content. They may have an online mode, but the single player is short-lived. Maybe a fulfilling single player experience, just needing an extra incentive for gamers to play through it again. Sonic Generations 3DS offers an online head-to-head racing mode, but when it comes to the story mode, the game doesn't really deliver the goods. It also doesn't help that there is a superior home console version available. Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D, while being a fun and fast-paced game with an online co-op multiplayer, it feels more like a mode added to a single-player design game. The problem is, this is the entire game. Shinobi is a C game, not because it's just a single player game. It's due to the challenge of that mode. I can see gamers getting frustrated with it. with nothing else to fall back on would make some stop playing it. Shinobi is a game that can be given a higher grade, depending on your own personal taste when it comes to difficulty. Finally, we have D-level games. Like I said before, these games should not be considered as bad products. This is more about, are they worth buying at their current retail price? If you have the extra income to spend and can afford brand new prices, then go right ahead. If you can find them on sale or at a discount, then I totally suggest you pick them up. Nano Assault, an action-packed shooter with great 3D effects. Tetris Axis and Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions. Games will offer you quick old-school arcade action. Steel Diver and Pilot Wings are games made by Nintendo. While fun and interesting, they are lacking in content, something Nintendo games usually have by the boatload. If more effort was put into the overall package, they could have been huge games. Next, here's a quick glance at Nintendo's digital store, the eShop, the second generation of the Nintendo DSi shop. A much improved digital store with a huge upgrade when it comes to original independent games. Thanks to small developers who are allowed to create small-scale but exceptional games, games like Mighty Switch Force and Mutant Mudds are some of the best games on any console. Nintendo is also offering new original IPs like Pushmo, Freaky Forms, Sakura Samurai, and Dylan's Rolling Western. On top of that, there is the 3DS's very own Virtual Console, giving past portable greats an opportunity to live again. Add time-based demos, trailers for new games, new apps for your console, and the potential of DLC for older games. The eShop has the potential to be Nintendo's first approach at reaching an Apple-like ecosystem. The Nintendo 3DS is looking to take everything it's done so far to the next level in 2012. 2012 is starting out with a new exclusive hit, Resident Evil Revelations. Tekken 3D Prime Edition will continue the emergence of the 3DS as a fighting fans console. Last but not least, Nintendo's very own first exclusive of the year, Kid Icarus Uprising, plans to take shooters to the next level and improve on the online multiplayer mayhem that Mario Kart 7 started with late last year. Now is the time to jump on board with the Nintendo 3DS. It has everything you could possibly want or need in a gaming dedicated portable handheld device. All of this before E3 even drops. This is your boy TheWon. I'll see you next time. Peace.